G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I'm on the road. Today I'm at the Premier Best Western in Phu Quoc, Vietnam.
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
Yes!
Dad, I'm hungry.
There it is. Up there. Now we've been staying here for 5 nights and we were looking for that kind of 5-star resort experience while we were in Phu Quoc during a larger trip. I think we pretty much got it. It's a really lovely place to stay, so I'm going to give you a quick review of my thoughts and take you through a little bit of a tour. So if you're considering staying here, this is in the Sonasea area, which is kind of like, it's just kind of, it's almost like a Nusa Dua style breakaway part of the island where there's about 4 or 5 resorts just kind of hanging out. It's a bit separate from everywhere. I'll show you a little bit of the location. The location's actually, like, it's a bit far away from everything, but it's also really quiet. This is about as busy as it gets outside. But you've got these over here, you've got these shops, like normal markets, shops, places to eat, a huge night market down the end here. So there's heaps of places to go and eat for cheap and get supplies at a good price and everything. So we really quite like that. And there's a bus stop right here and here that'll take you, the buses that come past take you into the centre of town, which is about 13 kilometres away, or places like Bin Wonders. Now the resort is quite dramatic. I think it's about 9 floors with an awesome bar up the top, which has been more or less underused, to be honest. It's been pretty empty. Now it's got a great buffet, really great buffet. The staff have been awesome. They're just really friendly, helpful people. I wouldn't say it's been the perfect stay, and I'll go into that a little bit more. And there's places that can definitely improve. But overall, it's been really relaxing, mostly thanks to the great pool and beach area and the killer room that we got, which is a 3-bedroom room. Now here you've got the generous foyer area. Not much of the staff speak English very well at all. There's a handful that speak English. There's a lot of people that they put in places where you're likely to make a request of them, like, you know, the main desks before you go up the stairs and stuff like that, and they just can't understand you. So that's just something to consider if you're English speaking, which you probably are if you listen to this. There's also no air conditioning down here in this lobby, so the lobby's really hot. Now this wing's under mostly maintenance, so there's not many people staying up there. When you come down here, you'll see they've got a little kids room, kids club. Which hasn't got a hell of a lot of use, but it's somewhere that you can dump your kids. It's not the world's greatest kids club. Most of the activities, actually, to be honest, haven't actually even run. So basically, unless 3 people sign up 24 hours in advance for any activity, whether it's like origami or Tai Chi or yoga or whatever, they just don't run it. There is a spa, but I didn't make use of that. Here's a quick look at the gym. So a few bits and pieces, pretty spacious. Most of the, I guess, what you'd expect, but yeah. So here's a bit of a gym. I haven't used the gym. Now, there's a bit of maintenance going on. So they've been putting us in the dining room for breakfasts in the morning. Like I said, the buffet is fantastic. But over here, behind here, this is, I think, where usually the restaurant is. So it's much better. It's kind of all glass and looking out over the pool and everything like that. So I could see them doing work on, it is a restaurant. So I think that's where your breakfast normally would be. But while we were here, it was in the ballroom, which is aesthetically not that pleasing. But yeah, it wasn't much of a drama. So let's dive in quickly here and have a look at the buffet itself. So as I said, it's kind of not, I don't think, in where they traditionally hold it, but they still did a really good job with it anyway. And now I really, really liked the buffet at this hotel. As you can see, extremely diverse, well, as you will see anyway. Just a lot of options, a lot of different types of food, multicultural food, not just Western kind of typicals. Healthy stuff, fried stuff, chefs on hand to kind of make eggs for you and bits and pieces like that as well. Plenty for the kids, and Yeah, one of the better breakfasts I've come across, absolutely, and we totally pigged out every single morning that we were here. So as you can see now, I'm just going through some of the hot foods, give you an idea. And it's not just all, as you can see, not just Western stuff, there's a bit of a mix in there, which even with the hot foods. So that was really good. I love it when there's a bit of Chinese as well for you to try. It's always nice little treat for breakfast, especially for those of us coming from Australia anyway. And there was quite a multicultural clientele there at the time. So everyone was well serviced, and I think everyone was enjoying their food. And you can see the ballroom there. So he's got this little kiddie pool up here. Plenty of places like lounges and so forth up the top here. And as I'll go into when I'm in do the room review, they let people in this pool too early in the mornings. Not very deep. None of the pools here are very deep. If you're looking to dive into a nice big pool, you're not going to get it here. The maximum depth I think is 1.3 meters anywhere. You can see all these water activities and so forth here. The towers you can just kind of grab whenever you want, but all the water activities cost extra, and I think that's a disappointment. So that's including floaties, and down at the beach there's paddle boards and stuff like that. I just don't think they needed to go that hard. I think it would have been a lot easier if they just like made you put down a deposit or something. They got 4 bikes, for example, but you got to pay to rent those. So they could have been a little bit more forthcoming, I think, with the rental side of things. But there is stuff, I guess, here, and on the beach they've got water skiing and parasailing and jet skis. So not water skiing, jet skis and the like. But it is a very beautiful spot, as you can probably see. And there you can see it's a really opulent building. I really love it. And you've got the bar at the top there. Now you can walk right out on the top here, and it's fantastic at night. Looking up there, and they've got laser shows and stuff up there. I haven't heard that bar at all either. Like, it's not like it's so loud that and they do movie nights and stuff up there. But what they really needed was a pool. Just a pool up there. Somewhere just, even if it was adults only, just to go up there and just sit in the pool and watch the sunset and have a drink. That would have been so awesome. So they've got this river, which they call a lazy river, but it's got no current. It wraps the whole way around this walkway. And it looks great, and it's really fancy. But it falls flat for me because there's no seating. No seating anywhere, look. Oh, there's a bench. So the kids kind of always want to be up here, like looking for frogs and jumping up the bridge and weaving in around and having fun. But you can't keep an eye on them because there's nowhere to stand. You're just standing, just waiting. So I just really think they need to work out some way of getting some lounges or something up here so that you can kind of get a bit of experience down here. Now, onto the thing that has been the most unpleasant thing about staying here is that there was a corporate event on here on the Friday and the Saturday, and then they left on a Sunday, and they literally just prioritised that above all their guests. And it was obnoxious. Like unnecessarily loud, thumping music, people on microphones, just like from all the way down here. You couldn't even watch the TV in our rooms up there because we couldn't hear the TV over everything. So yeah, just really disappointing that they that they even let that happen. I'm really not sure this is okay. This company has paid to host a doof in the hotel grounds, and you cannot turn the TV up loud enough to not hear it. I'm trying to put the kids to bed, and it's not even to do with the hotel, it's just some other company. It's really not okay. And so the first night, it was just pounding like music and microphones, and they fenced off this whole area, and the guests were in the pool trying to enjoy the pool, and you couldn't relax. And then by the beach, the next day they blocked off the entire volleyball court and you couldn't use anything down there. So yeah, so that was very disappointing, but it hasn't wrecked our time. And there's a little restaurant down here as well, and a swim up bar. So yeah, pretty cool all up. So you might have seen when I was walking down between the pools that there were these kind of bigger, like standalone, effectively houses on the side. So I didn't stay in one of these, but I just snuck around the corner here and thought I'd take a sneaky peek at one while it wasn't occupied, just to try and get a insight for anyone who might be considering one of these. I did see like big families staying in these as well. I'm not sure. I think there might be 3 bedrooms, even more. They look great. They're obviously a lot closer to the beach and a lot closer to the pool, probably equidistant between breakfast and the beach, most of them, but a lot closer as well to the noise. We get a little private pool here, and these from what I could tell, we're getting serviced every single day. From what I could see looking through some of the windows, there's kitchenette in there and entertaining space. So yeah, if you can afford it, or if you're looking for something like this, they definitely have it on hand. You think this room's better than the last one?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
What's the view like?
Really, really good.
Show me.
You can see the ocean.
It's all right. All right, so at the end of this very, very long hallway, you'll come across 7026, which is a great room. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, and I'll do a separate review of the 2-bedroom one, which we weren't happy with, but mostly because it didn't cater for our size family. But this one is 3 glorious bedrooms with a glorious view. It's right on the end. And as you can see, as you come around here, what a space. Look at that. Beautiful. And comes out here, overlooking the ocean all the way around. Now, the hotel does have a bit of a drama that on this side, there's these giant fans down there that you can see, which make a bit of a background noise. But the soundproofing is pretty good, so we haven't really had any problems with it at all. The tennis court you can sometimes hear as well, but again, we didn't find a big problem with it. Huge balcony, just the 2 chairs, but there's chairs on the other balcony so you can move them around. And you can see it's not too far down to the beach, it's not a big hike down that way. Bit of a walk, but not too bad. Comfy couches. All the TVs have plentiful channels, like 60 channels or something ridiculous, including a lot of English-speaking channels. Movies and so forth on constantly, kids stuff, documentaries. You've got the deep dining table here, which is a great asset when you're going to stay in a long place as a family, just gives you, especially if you need to do any work or anything like that. Now, it's got a kitchenette. Now, one of the things I really don't like is that the kitchenettes aren't stocked with any stuff. So you've got cups, but there's no knives, forks, saucepans, cups, none of that stuff. Now, it wasn't a big deal for us because we weren't intending to eat here. But if you're thinking, oh sweet, it's got a kitchenette, I'll be able to cook a couple of meals here or something, think again, you have to pay extra if you want any of the cutlery or any of the things to use it. Very bizarre and just random, they're doing a full buffet breakfast, an excellent buffet breakfast. Okay, so we got this room here. So we had one of the kids in here. They had their own TV, they were very excited. There's no balcony on this one specifically, but there's still a great view looking out. And a separate place, which is good because the kids had to do a bit of schoolwork while we've been here. And another room with 2 singles. So the other 2 kids have been on. Again, they had a TV in here as well and their own little balcony in view. And it's really good how they've angled everything so you can kind of see the great view down, and you can see the pool and everything down there, going all the way down the middle. And aircon in each room, ducted. She's done a pretty admirable job, and also clothes storage as well. Now the first bathrooms are great, nicely finished, being clean, pressure's good, temperature's good, everything's great. The water actually has been drinkable too. Despite the fact they supply so many bottles of water, it's actually, the water just coming out of the taps is fine. And then I guess you could say the master, has the king, and stacks of space. If you need to fit a cot or anything in here, even another bedroom, another bed, you'd be sweet. and yeah, another TV in here. The internet's been pretty good. Got a little bit spotty the first 2 days. I don't know why, but it's been more or less pretty sweet. And another balcony out here. All the balconies have drying racks too, which is handy. And you can see. Now, one of the only dramas with the design, it's a great looking place. Like, it looks spectacular, but this kind of boomerang shape they've got going here echoes like crazy, which wouldn't be a problem, except that they don't enforce the pool rules, which is that no one's allowed to be in this pool before 7 o'clock. So basically the sun comes up, people get in that pool at like 6 or even earlier, and just start talking to each other in reasonably normal tones, but it's clear as day when you're trying to sleep. And I mean, there's a pool all the way down there that you can swim in. I just wish they would enforce that, because a couple of days you really wanted to just sleep in a little bit and you couldn't because of the noise coming out of the pool. So that's something they should work on, and they should. It says there's a big sign there saying don't swim in a pool before 7, but no one enforces it. So it's kind of moot and useless. Even when I rang up and said, "Can you please stop that person from yelling in the pool?" one morning at 6:20, they told me, "Oh, the pool's open at 6," and I went, "Well, it's not. Your sign says 7." But anyway. And then there's another bathroom in here, which got a full wet room, which I really like. That the fact that you can keep the water on one side. So many places the water just floods across, and a bath as well, which we didn't use, but yes, it's all really nicely done. So this 3-bedroom suite is epic, and it's got so much space for a big family. It's such a lovely outlook. It's been cool, quiet, comfortable. Love it. Really, really great room. So those are my thoughts on the Premier Best Western in Phu Quoc. And the 3-bedroom room is an absolute peach. The 2-bedroom room's still pretty good, but a bit compromised, especially a family of 5. It wasn't great at all, but as a family of 4 or small, I think you get away with it. Great beach, lovely facilities, awesome staff, fantastic buffet breakfast, and this room in particular is an absolute peach. Not everything's perfect, but still big tick of approval for me, definitely worth considering if you are looking to stay in Phu Quoc. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Chris Stead. Thank you very much for watching, and as for me, I'm back on the road. Yeah.